Hello and welcome. Today we are going to dive right into things. We're unboxing some gargoyles. So I got this set before I made the move. If you've followed us for a while, you see that I'm in a different location here. Made the move, and these guys have never been unboxed, so it is time to unbox them. We got Goliath to start out with. I have many of the other ones. We're starting with this one now. Let's take a look. So this one I did get off of eBay. Most of the other ones I got from Big Bad Toy Store. One may have gotten from Amazon, maybe. But this one, packaging didn't arrive great. So that's kind of why I decided to unbox these. Let's take a look. So before we start here too far, love that these open up like this. So this is kind of why I was tempted to just keep them in the box. But I want to display these things. I've heard that they're really huge too, so. So, yes, huge figures. Let's take a look here. So, this looks to be the tail. At least I hope so. That's what this is. Let's see. Bendable, which is awesome. Some cool heads. It has here. So, it's kind of their blank eyes, rage kind of heads. Ooh, so these wings, and this is what I had heard, but these wings are huge, and they are. Look at these. Whew. That's just one wing. This is going to be huge. I don't know what I got myself into. We're going to find out together. All right, so it's done there. So we got one wing, two wings, and we're going to combine these here. The actual Goliath, once we get him out. Here's Goliath. And if it didn't look weird, I'd consider doing this without the wings, but that would look kind of weird to me. Ooh, okay, a few things here. Got a book here, accessories. Be a pepper, and I'm sure that's from an episode that I don't quite recall. That's all right, though. I got a smash fist here. Another smash fist. Yeah, a book. I'm assuming a book holding claw. So one thing about this is they're in pretty good because it's got a whole attachment thing here. There we go. Right. That explains why it wouldn't come out. More ties. So again, explains what won't come out. Got more ties going on here. Try and keep the plastic crinkling to a minimum, but comes with the territory, as you all know. Have you ever seen this show before? Hopefully you have, because that's what you're watching. Were you a big fan back in the day? Did you find it afterwards? Honestly, with the advent of Disney Plus and such, some of these things people are finding them now, and they didn't have them before, which is kind of cool. Alright, so far, it's been a little bit of a jerk to get out of here. But I'm sure it'll be easier once I figure out how to do this. There we go. Alright, I'm done attacking plastic. Ooh, here is Goliath in his glory. He comes with, on the back, it's got little holes there for his wings. So as I take this off, I'm going to put his demon head on. Honestly, this head I don't love. I mean, it's not bad by any means. It's just kind of is dull, whereas you have this screaming head, essentially. Oh, God. These are huge. Once we get to, I think Bronx has his his wings, but that are like the cloak version. Oh, geez, look at this. This is huge. I said it before. I don't think I knew what I got into, and I think that is very true here. So I'm excited for this, though. This is really cool. So this is the Goliath And let's see what the rest look like. So that was number 1. Tail. And this is a really cool bendable tail. So that's a nifty little thing. Kind of reminds me of like with the Scorpion that Hasbro has done for Marvel Legends. All right, we're gonna get this tail in, I promise. Eventually. So far, I do gotta say that these are overall pretty cool so far. Oh, okay, that's stuck in. So you can kind of bend these. It's got a movement thing, piece 2 to it, so you can move that as well as a joint. So this is a lot happening. Yeah, so here's our first one. Put him down. Get my next one. So the next one is Brooklyn. Here, again, open him up. Got here, Brooklyn. Probably one of my favorites from the series, one of my favorite characters. Brooklyn here. Right. Oh, I can already see he is just full of little ties. So, at least I know what I'm getting into. The last one we kind of were shown that that's what happens. Those ties happen. All right. So, get this out. So I like Brooklyn partly because he was a cool character, but also he was different in appearance opposed to the other ones. Some of the other ones, he's, I believe, one of the only ones with the gray hair. He's reddish, when most of the other ones are like bluish or greenish. So I like his variation and kind of mixes up the aesthetic. This guy in here. And it could just be because he's not as beefy, but this seems to be going a little easier than Goliath did. So, definitely going to need to pick up afterwards. He's got these ties falling. Ties that bind. All right, cool. So, a couple things for him. We have accessory-wise, we're looking at a scroll. We've got hands, a sword as well. Really cool sword. So we got some hands, some fists, some C grips potentially for the sword. I've got glasses. I'm assuming for Winnie's motorcycle guy, potentially. Don't want to lose those. Those are pretty cool. Then tail, bendable as well. So it's 6 where you want it to. Don't lose that sword. Cool sword though. This one, again, it looks like they come with the regular heads, and these are kind of the screamers. Yeah. So I like the screaming heads. Those are pretty cool. All right, we're going to replace his head then for a moment. With this one. This is the head I'm replacing with, the screaming one. Ooh, okay. The way these things are so detailed. And I really never had a NECA figure before. These are my first ones, my first foray. I heard sometimes they might be a little bit fragile. Knock on wood, haven't come across that yet here. Definitely isn't super, I don't feel like it's super duper durable, but definitely doesn't feel fragile by any means. Should knock on wood, shouldn't I? All right, so tail. You can kind of place it like that. Got the wings. So on the back here, they've got little holes for the wings. The hair's covering it, but it seems to be pretty easy to get it out of the way. I'm going to move these. You can see there's pegs here. I'm going to move it so looks like it might be clicking pegs even, which is good. All right, that one I'm going to deal with in a second because it doesn't want to move and I don't want to break it. That one was a little better. We'll put that on. Wing is in. His head gets in here. All right, good. So, biggest complaint is that some of these joints are kind of tough, but it's okay. Don't want this to break. All right, cool. Not gonna break. Just had to put it on the table. Brooklyn, get the tables. All right, cool. All right. Ooh, even bigger wingspan for this guy. These are going to be unwieldy. I don't know what I've done here, but I'm excited for it. Huge wingspan here. Back over there. So when I do a big unboxing like this, I like to keep things organized just so I have them for later, know what goes for who. What do you do when you do unbox a lot of the time? Do you keep your accessories together? Do they go in a bin? Mine originally were going in bins, but then I wanted to be able to organize them, so I stopped doing that. But then you got to go back and try and fix it and everything. But so if you have any tips for me, write them in the comments. Let me know how I can organize it better. I'm undergoing these big Ziplocs for the eventually. I want to make it so figures could potentially fit. I'm going to display these though because they're huge and awesome. So 2 down, 4 to go. Next up we have. No, I'm going to actually in order here. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go to the bottom. I wanted to get Bronx here. You can see him here. He's a little different. I kind of want to see what these are like, what this does for it. It's got extra wings for Goliath, so that might end up happening. We'll see, though. So, do you guys have these yet? What do you think about them? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. I think so far these are a great representation of the show. I think they're huge, which might be a little detractor because real estate you gotta take into consideration all the times. As a collector, you gotta deal with real estate. So, it came out pretty easy. Oh, I'm gonna say something, guys. I had to say something because I didn't see the legs. There we go. Bronx came out the easiest of all of them because he has less things happening with him. So I'm undoing the wings here, the wing set. And I really wish they would do these for all of them. And I know they're coming out with a new Broadway as a detective, and I wonder if they'll have these for him in that. So that way you have to get the different ones to be able to position them in a way that is not unwieldy. But this is Bronx. Honestly, I don't. Yes, it comes with the wings, but I feel like this one's a little bit so far a little bit of a. I don't know. Is it worth $40? This one is kind of small, but I mean it's a necessary character. I didn't have to get the character. That's on me. I chose to buy it, but I think that I'm not sure exactly if I needed it, but I've got it, and I'm not mad about it. Alrighty. So the way these things, I like it whenever they're making things that aren't humans because they have to kind of be rethink things a little bit. So like whether it be, I believe it's Brood from the X-Men, that figure from the 90s. That was a little different. This one here, it doesn't have the usual, I mean, it's got the usual legs and shoulders, but it's not, this is on all fours. This is different. They couldn't just reuse a mold. They had to actually think about how are they going to design this, how are they going to structure it. And I do like it because it's got a lot of things happening here. It's got a joint here, got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation on, this one spins too, on the arm. Also some cool, I have to say, I may have been wrong about this guy. This guy is pretty cool. But he comes with a log, you can put in his mouth. This one actually opens and shuts, which is a neat little feature. Again, as I look at this more and more, he's winning me over a little bit. He's not terrible, not bad by any means at all. I mean, he's not bad. All right, so as for these wings, I would like to use them. We'll see if I do. I don't think I can have one with this and then the rest not, because I don't know how this is going to look, but we'll find out together. All right, so I got those two. All right. Next one here, we have Broadway. This is going to be a beefy one, I think. I'm going to hypothesize that this one's going to be a little bit of a pain getting out. But let's take a look here. Broadway. Got popcorn there. But I found that the bigger ones don't have as much room in the figure and the packaging. And Goliath was in that first wave, so I'm wondering if because he was in that first wave, they kind of figured out, we need more things to hold on, because these definitely have way more than Goliath did in regards to straps. Ooh, so this guy, a couple cool things I already noticed here. 2 sets of hands, 3 sets total. I'm keeping the monster hands on him because that's how they're being displayed. I've got some cool weapons. And they probably won't, but I just think of in the first couple episodes / the intro where they've got the Vikings. I wonder if maybe we'll get some Vikings at some point. Try and attack them. I don't know if we'll get repaints with them as all gray gargoyles potentially. Here's some kind of drumstick that's been eaten off of, which is cool. Can't recall if this is might be a gem of some sort, but let me know in the comments if what that is, because it's just been a while since I've rewatched the series. I might need to now with this whole collection I have. Here is the screaming head. I like the white of their eyes. That's a cool little touch on these. For the screamy head, I don't dislike the regular heads, but some of the expressions aren't exactly what I want for my display. So, we have wings here, out here, and so here he is. They look kind of different without the wings. They're just like humanoid kind of, which they are. But it's interesting to have them now. So the way they've got them packaged, the hands are kind of in little slots, so I'm kind of open them up just so I can get this baby out easier. He would have come out anyways, but this will be easier on me, I think. I hope. I pray. If you ever unboxed a set like this before, just do them all at once. It's kind of fun. The chase was just getting them, and now you get to actually enjoy them. Some little loose joints here so far, but on the wrist. But overall, here he is. Some of their mouths move, his does not, and that doesn't ruin anything. I'm going to take the head off, though. I'm going to put his screaming head on because it's cool. All right, so put this in there. So for some of these, you get kind of like you got to spin it to get it in. It feels like, which isn't a problem. And again, these tails are really cool in their design because you're able to kind of decide how you want them. They're not just like stationary. You can position them how you need. But wings here. Some of these wings go in really easy and some don't. I guess that's with anything, but nothing against NECA or their gargoyle stuff. There we go. All right. More wings. I wonder. Yeah, that looks really cool. Like a screaming kind of situation. These are going to be fun to pose here. All right, cool. All right. That was Broadway. So far, one of my favorites. I think it's just the size of him and then the wings. And it looks like the wings themselves have a little, yeah, they can move around a little bit. So it's a cool feature. All right. Next one. Moving along. We have next, I will do Hudson. And I decided my rules for these, because they got to be a lot. I did the major gargoyles. I haven't decided on Elisa yet. Started with just the dudes. Can't remember his daughter's name. But I decided not to get her. Nothing against the character. I just needed to stop somewhere, and I'm glad I did because of the size of these things. I don't need another giant gargoyle. That being said, I'm not against the humans. I thought about getting Xanatos or Elisa. Xanatos, I thought potentially in his what he uses for like the mechanized one, the steel gargoyle. But again, with space-wise, I'm going to just do the regular person one. We have Xanatos, and it might be Elisa. I have to pose him with the sword. No one else I'm going to pose with the weapons, but him and that sword are just kind of like bread and butter. So, all right, this is here we go. Bronx there, not Bronx. I'm sorry, Hudson. Do you like that they're all named after the boroughs of New York? If you don't have scissors, you're going to want scissors when you open this thing. Because these things are not going to fall out at all. There's zero chance. No chance. I know these are going to fall out if you rip them out. Alright. These are coming. Like I said last time, he's kind of in there, back a little bit. The other hands that were like this, though, were the claws. Those didn't come out as easy, so I had to cut them. But here he is. Hudson, screaming head here. What's he doing? I thought this was potentially in there. It's not tied in. I thought it may have been, but it wasn't. All right. So hands. Right. Demon hands here. You notice that he, so far, is the only one not coming with his demon hands. When I say demon hands, I mean like these attacking claw things. He's the only one that didn't come with them on him. I will rectify that. We're gonna have this one for the sword on his right hand. And it's weird that these things are so thick, but these things are just the same thing you would have with anything. My biggest usage of these hands is usually with WWE figures. And wrestling figures, but it's the same idea. It's just the same size. And all right, we're gonna replace his head, his other head, his screaming head, demon head, if you will. So you get demon. We have Demona up next. Yeah, he is. This is much better. This is him screaming there. He'll have a sword, but I will put that in a moment. This came with the Mari Twisted, which is nice. This is from a later wave, so I wonder if they started doing that maybe. I think I just got lucky. But they could have started doing that. If so, oh, make sure you put them on the right way. That would be helpful. But they may have started doing it that way. I'm appreciating it because I'm kind of annoying to turn them and it hurts fingers a little bit, but I'm not going to complain about a toy. No need to complain. All right. All right, so I had to twist this a little bit to get that in there, but it's in now. I've got the hand, got the sword. Again, I'm posing no one else with the weapons, but I think his sword is so iconic. I kind of have to. All right, that's really cool. All right. I think I've got a little like table back there. I think that's where these are going to end up going. I think. So that was Hudson. I just attacked my mic. I'll watch out for that. Put away Broadway's stuff. I do like these weapons they come with. And I like that they include things that are specifically from the show, something about them, the prop that people think, oh, I remember. Like I remember him eating popcorn. He liked to watch movies. Last but not least, here we have, as I said earlier, Demona, the last one of the set here. So just looking at us now, not loving her posture, but that's going to be a little better once you actually pose her, I think. So I'll open this up. Last one here. All right, so already here we got a little cannon. Looks like got the book. I forget the name of it, but that's the evil book that she uses. Really tempting to put her with these weapons, but because she's doing the screaming face, I don't think I'm going to. Cool. So time to start getting her out. So a couple less. It looks like things to clip in the last ones. I would really like to know, like, how do they know how many of these clips do you need? Like, is there a math calculation? Do they just kind of say, that's probably fine? I mean, I'm sure it's more than that. They got a whole freaking department that does that, decides what's needed and not. But what's the math problem? So if you know that, tell me. Tell me what to decide how many they need. Probably also with like how strong they are and how plastic sets up. I would like to envision that they have a team that tries to make them fall out and the quality control, so they just like chuck it down the stairs or something. I'm sure that's not what they do, but if that is, please, NECA, let me know. I'd like a video of that process because that sounds kind of fun. Not that I want to chuck these downstairs; these are really cool figures, and they do not need to be chucked anywhere. But alrighty, so the Mona here. They are, like I said, these are tight. Okay, so already I'm noticing we got a couple of cool little designs here. We have this little bracelet thing, which is just there. Which is on there always, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So it looks like the face. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen one like this. So the face comes off. The whole head stays on though. That is, I've never seen that. That's cool. I'm gonna replace it with the evil head. Here. Come out of there. Get out of there. All right, evil head is here. Good. Screaming and everything. Get my bag ready for it. So this is our last one here. I've got that book. I forget the name of it. It was like a dark book, and it told to figure out how she was able to be human. Ooh, I'm guessing that they're going to release a human version of her. I already have the sculpt. They're just going to change it a little bit. Smart. Like I said, we'll probably get stone versions of them. We'll do like a 5-pack or something of stone versions. Maybe with like a what are those Viking trying to smash them potentially. Pretty cool release. All right. So we got the extra hands. That's 3 sets of hands total. I'm keeping her. There we go. Got cannon. Get a rifle. It looks like. Get that book, which we're gonna put in here. Tail, which I've noticed is in scale with her, kind of smaller, which is nice. Kind of keep that in mind for that. Appreciate that attention to detail, NECA. So, I feel like a little bit of a perf doing this. There we go. Not even that. It's just weird. Someone walked in. What are you doing? Trying to stick the tail in, I promise. All right. Ooh, so these are cool. I thought this were on like the crooked, but these are actually will move here. It looks like. I've got all right wings, and then we are almost done, guys. We are near the end. Excited to be able to pose these. You have to check out. We are bringing back the podcast, so hopefully you've been following us. If not, check out the podcast. It's a fun thing me and Matt do here on the Collectorist. But we are bringing back the podcast, so watch out for that. That'll be happening soon. Sooner than later. All right, this is being annoying. Let's put one on here. But when we do the podcast, take a look. I'll probably have these displayed, hopefully. If not, hopefully it happens soon. But all right, I'll take care of that wing later. There we go. That actually was much better once I got it on. Cool. All right, Demona. Here we are. Demona, screaming banshee that she is. Cool. Oh, these are really, so this looks like actual fabric. It's not, it's plastic, but this is a really cool details there. This is a really cool figure. So we had Demona. We also had here Hudson. We have Broadway. I'm gonna have to put these down. I was gonna try and hold them all, but with this size, I can't. Broadway. We also had here Brooklyn. His wings are more pointy, but that's okay. And Goliath. Ooh, this one's the biggest one. Finally, Bronx here. I'm gonna say Bronx grew on me. I wasn't a huge fan. I thought it wasn't getting much bang for my buck, but I think I am. He's got a lot of articulation, and he may have won me over. And so I like the idea that I could eventually use this. But again, one can't have the wings like that and the other's not. It just doesn't make sense to me because my crazy brain. But thank you for joining us here. Make sure you check out the podcast, see when we're releasing that and all our other wonderful content on here. And happy collecting.